Привет, Уллиншпигель, у тебя случайно нет там модуля ненужного от Дом.ру? Нет, к сожалению, даже там не зареган ни разу, сорян. Нифига нету. Итак, мы начинаем в новом году Супер-Пупер Геншин Импакт. Обнова появилась, и мы начинаем ее проходить. Но, как обычно, давай сначала приготовим вкусные вкусняшки. Унаги Тедзуке. Увеличить бонус лечения всех членов отряда. Восстановить 70-100 единиц выносливости. Креветочная. Давай вот это сначала. Унаги Тедзуке. Так, где у нас появился? Унаги Тедзуке. Вот он. Ой, мне не хватит столько много нафигачить. Вот это досада. Надо этих пособирать будет. Угрей. 5 драгоценных солений. Так. 5 драгоценных солений. Ну что заделать, ребята? Солений, да, именно солений. 5 драгоценных оленей. Во. О, а вот это мы нафигачим. Готовить. Так, кто у нас там? Давай супер-пупер блюдо. Вот это я понимаю. Не зря собирали. У нас тут по 1500 всякой фигни. Так. Уллиншпигель, а что ты там на Дом.ру собрался делать? Зачем тебе модуль? Так, давай следующий рецепт. Креветочные печенья сакуры. Изучить. Креветочные печенья сакуры. Вот они. Блин, нифига себе, что так дорого? У меня сакуры не так много. Печенюшки. Та-дам! Так.
I'm out of here. Can't catch me. Make my escape. Gotta dash. Quiver. Strike.
Так, ладно. Разблокировать лимит благословенности Сакуры. Ну давай лимит разблокируем, раз вы так просите, ребята. Я что, против, что ли? Абсолютно нет. Что там, Сяо? Да, Сяо. Можно заполучить. Сегодня будем в конце немножко ролить. Именно на Сяо. Здравствуй, ангелок, рад тебя видеть. То бишь, если мы нажмем вот на эту кнопочку, оп. Итак, что мы видим? Возвращение в мир смертных. Легендарная Шаньхэ или тетушка пожирателя мороженого. Вот этого пацика. И, конечно же, легендарный Сяо. Приглашение к мирской жизни. Защитник Якса. Вот он, этот коварный тип. Мы на него сегодня паролим. Потому что... Что у нас для него есть? Конечно же, у нас для него есть супер-пупер копье. Которое мы так и не можем ему вручить. Супер-пупер копье. Вот оно, дожидается его. Ждет, когда же мы наконец-то выбьем Сяо. Столько лет прошло, а копье все еще ждет своего хозяина. Поэтому да, будем сегодня выбивать. Ну не получится, тогда поживем до следующего патча. Ничего страшного не произойдет. Мы не сильно расстроимся. Я, наверное, единственный, кому пофиг на Геншин. У меня друзья так тащатся, а я играл раза 4 в эту игру и все. Но мне только понравилось выбивать персонажей. Вот так вот, значит. Сделать подношение. Да. Туду, 20 уровень. Награды. Получить награды. Капец, тут уровни. Они там с ума сошли, блин. Психопаты. О, вот это хорошая наградка. Спасибо, ребята. Спасибо. Век не забудем вас.
May the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally.
Так. Я решил готовить супы, но я не умею их готовить. Так там же ничего сложного нету. Все водой заливаешь, варишь воду. И туда все ингредиенты запихиваешь. Это же просто. Ты шо? Супы одно из самых простейших приготовлений. Главное не пересолить. И все будет путем. Так, все, наград больше нету. Так, давай сделаем 4 поручения и пойдем. Да у меня нужный бульон не получается. Так, где кто у нас тут? Не понял. Где ежедневные задания у нас? Вот они. Они у нас сегодня... Они вон у нас где сегодня. Вон оно что. Ну, погнали сюда тогда. Видишь, они куда сегодня спрятали ежедневные задания. Так, ладно, пошли, будешь со мной готовить. Во-первых, нужно сразу же перед тем, как варить, посолить водичку. Вот. Туда добавляешь картошечки. Желательно, если ты разделываешь курочку, то туда добавляешь и курочку. Можно сварить вообще отдельно курицу. И потом из этого бульона куриного, вот который там наварился, сварить суп, добавить туда воды и зафигачить. Очень вкусно на курином бульоне супчик получается. Никаких примесей не надо, всяких там заправок и прочего. Я так и делаю, что не получается. Может, проблема в воде, в которой ты варишь. Вода может какая-нибудь плохая. Может быть такое, нет? Из крана. А у вас вода хорошая из-под крана? Может, надо отфильтровать ее сначала?
Strike! Take flight! Yeah!
Странно тогда это. Очень-очень странно. Даже не знаю тогда, в чем может быть дело. Будешь у меня на фоне. Хорошо. Как раз услышишь, когда я буду крутить эти круточки. И такая, надо посмотреть и поржать. Выбил он что-то себе или нет. Давай приятной тебе готовки. Чтобы получилось вкусно и полезно. Так, я походу не туда прибежал. Блин, болван. Ну ладно. На.
Way I go!
Где там мои морозные слаймы? Здорово, пацаны.
Away I go! Higher, higher, hands on fire! Huh? Go! Huh? Can't touch me! Flash!
О, рыбка, рыбка, рыбка.
Quiver!
Рыбка, рыбка, рыбка. Так, что у нас там еще задания какие? Так, раз, одно прошли. Два, а вот они все тут. Эх, далеко бежать, ну ладно. Давай пробежимся. По-быстрому. А потом начнем сценарий проходить. Так. А, этого завалить надо. Ну, пойдем завалим его.
Whirling snow! Embrace the ice! Strike!
Так, ладно. Это мы прошли. Тут что, опять этого растущего горя? Этого. И потом пройдем нашу тетушку. Прекрасную тетушку. Ну-ка, кстати, давай откроем, что там. О, нифига, тут еще и этих можно потестить. Ветер дует, журавли возвращаются. Задание архонтов, промежуточный том уже доступно. Стоило вести восстановление нефритового дворца, разойтись, как на террасу Юйзин отовсюду поспешили дельцы. Нингуан организовал испытание с наградой, а под темными волнами затаилась новая опасность. Выстоит ли управляемая людьми гавань Лиюэ против надвигающегося вала? И сможет ли человек, который давно отстранился от общества, найти свое место среди смертных? Мы узнаем ответы на эти вопросы, когда нефритовый дворец вознесется в небо вновь. Отлично. Встречи. Серия 5. Неважно, старые вы знакомые или встретились только что, лучший способ узнать друг друга — провести время вместе. Энкономия. Открыта новая область. Отлично. Лед и молния. Лед и молния. Древние и некорованные короли Энкономии ждут героев, которые бросят им вызов. Победите, вышипав глубин ледогрыза и громоглота, чтобы доказать свою храбрость. Необходимое задание. Потом окей, ребята, вообще как нефиг делать. Лены не будет же, не знаю, может и будет. Может подойдет еще. Но, наверное, не будет. Хочешь стену построить?
Take flight.
Я понял тебя.
My apologies. Sakura swirl. And away I go.
Так. Что у нас дальше? Последнее задание и пойдем делать супер-пупер шняшки.
I'm out of here.
А, это с этими побазарить надо. Давно этого задания не было.
Make my escape.
Да, знаю я там, давай. Йоу, чуваки, 100 лет с вами не обазарил. Проверим свой уровень знаний. Я забыл.
Can't catch me.
Я забыл последнее.
Time to go. Strike. Whirling snow. I'm out of here.
К сожалению, я забыл. Ха-ха-ха. Прости нас, Элла Маск.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens. From that kingdom came a crowned heir, tasked with seeking out the Genesis Pearl from the kingdom of darkness. The first crowned heir began her journey of seeking the pearl. But she was deceived, and the memory of her noble origins faded. She now believed that she was the queen of the kingdom of darkness. But take heart. A second crowned heir had already taken up the path where the first had stumbled. This is the story of your journey, of your tale to be told.
Та-дам! Что тут еще надо поделать? Исполните 50 молитв, одолейте 10 боссов. Это призбежители, все как обычно. Ой, я забыл. Это-то забрать-то надо же. Собрать все.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Чего? Озвучивает Катерина? Нифига себе. Нифига себе, ничего сделали, да? Теперь озвучку добавили на выполнение поручений. Ну, крутяк, крутяк, ребята, спасибо. Вы очень добры. Магазин. Гардероб, новая одежда, яркая легкость, праздничный наряд Кэцин, в утренние часы праздника морских фонарей нити результат тяжелой работы сплетаются в легкий образ. Ничего себе, какая красивая кексыня, да? Вау. Сейчас нету тут как таковой бабочки, а хотя, ну, анимацию немного надо было левее сделать. Ну, смотри, какая красивая. Сейчас у нее не такое пышное платьишко, сейчас более к ней это, к лицу. Видишь, какая лапочка. Так, ну ладно. Объявление. Что такое? У них новая штука какая-то. Нового контента обзор. О, опять получать штучки вкусные. Ничего себе, молодцы какие. Участвуйте и получите костюм Нингуана и одного персонажа на выбор. О, пойдет. 9.02. О, какие награды-то, вы посмотрите на них, ребята. Новый регион экономия. Угу. Джун Ли и Ган Люй выдаются будут опять. Задание легенд. Новые костюмы. Новое оружие. Усмиритель бед. Ничего себе. Новые враги. Это вот вообще беспонтовщина полная. Так, что еще тут интересного? Ну или все, пожалуй. Визуальные эффекты, 90 т-т-т. Все понятно. Избранные письма. Такие важные письма, как поздравления с днем рождения, после сбора вложений будут в принципе помещены в избранные письма. Такие письма нельзя быстро удалить, или по истечении срока годности они не исчезнут. О, компенсация? Ну, крутяк. 600 на халяву, это хорошо. Вау. Да вот мы всякой штучки надавали. Ничего себе. Избранные письма. День рождения Пайман даже есть, я даже уже не помню. Избранные письма. Еще бы друзьям можно было переписку всякую фигачить. Я там хочу написать письмо другу. Так, ну все.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler.
Погнали.
I'm learning more about you all the time.
Погнали проходить сюжеточку. Красивую сюжеточку. Так, а каким мы отрядом будем играть? Надо выбрать же супер отряд. Так как у нас так чемпионы нет. Dream Team может? Нет, не Dream Team. Так. Так, ну давай возьмем тогда путешественника. Так.
Just what will we come across this time?
С ним будет бегать. А, так давай отряд Ли Юэ сделаем.
Let's go. Time is against us.
Мы же типа этими играем. Так, и давай возьмем. Кто у нас там? Нингуан, наверное.
Let's make haste.
Вот так вот. Да? Так же интереснее гораздо. Я, правда, давно уже этим чуваком не играл, ну и ладно.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project!
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project. Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but, I have some business to do.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested?
Правда можно будет задать любой вопрос?
Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Может быть, я смогу спросить о сестре?
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business. Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary. Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better get going.
Come on.
First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private, and we can get down to brass tacks.
No, I don't need it.
Don't be like that. Hey, come on! Don't go! Why don't you stand there after her?
Oh, right, yeah.
Ветер дует, журавли возвращаются. Новая глава.
Hear that? They said they had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out. Huh. They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run. Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't...
No more excuses! Okay, I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food and only taking a few bites. Then Shinyue kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Они ведут дела при помощи грубой силы. Арестуйте ее, стражника.
Oh, you again.
The Millilith. What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business. I swear!
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Не волнуйся, теперь все в порядке.
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws?
Ты никогда не слышала о законах?
No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
О, кто-то проголодался.
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
Это же лекарственные травы.
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach.
Погнали, накормим ее как следует.
Psst. Do you think Shenhe might be an adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating them!
My hunger has now abated. Thank you.
Они правда вкусные?
Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance, after consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough, Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew she was an Adeptus.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition! And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Добро пожаловать в команду Солнечного Содружества.
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall become the victors.
Veto! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plustrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Байджу, ты еще живой, пропастина. Здорово, чувак.
Baishu? What are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of Plustrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Бу-бу.
Even if an antique is priceless, the happiness it brings lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Rest assured, the Qixing's top priority is the people's welfare. Leo Lee Pavilion, best Lee food in town.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction, and a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
500 million?!
Я вряд ли смогу собрать столько муры.
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Никогда раньше не слышали о нем.
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away. Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some Sunset Vermilionite. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful with him being an Adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Seagazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Seagazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please, be very careful.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
Dun, 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 dun. Не понял. Блин, я-то думал тут где-то. А это не тут совсем.
It's raining. Fetch an umbrella for me, would you?
Мне не нужен зонтик, дорогая. Прекрасно же, когда ты в водичке.
Let's see. Xingqiu said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there?
Вперед за феей!
The Sealy got to here and then disappeared. Should we go over and take a look?
О, подземелье, ребята! Ну давай. Подземелье так подземелье. Так, уварение главный элемент текущие отряды Крио и Пиро. Крио и Пиро.
What are my orders?
Крио есть.
Send one, send them all.
Таким составом.
Something's come up?
What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here?
Уай, какая красота.
Whoa, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see. Huh? Isn't that the Sealy from before? Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be something below the clouds?
Что скажешь, Шэньхэ?
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
All right, then let's do it.
Let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
Фига себе, какая красивая. Драконка, здравствуй. Рад тебя видеть. Мы тут проходим сценарий сюжетки достопочтенной Шэньхэ.
Unleash!
Solidify!
Incoming!
Как дела? Да все в порядке. Как у тебя делишки?
Windblade!
Да черт подери. Во. Ну не сказала бы, что отлично. Что у тебя случилось? Расскажи. Какая прекрасная музыка.
Born of ice and frost.
Don't blink!
Так. Разрушьте барьер обители.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Obey! Manifest! Cryo incarnate! The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance. Obey!
I will have order.
Speed of light! With sword comes shadow.
Да снова с мамой фигня произошла. Заметил, что у меня что-то новое и пошла, блин, смотреть без разрешения. Вот и взбеленилась. Эх, жалько.
Is everyone okay? Look! The Celia disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Manifest!
Ну, бывает, что я могу сказать. Мама есть мама.
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Hey! Cut to the chase.
This is long overdue.
Quake.
Obey! Unleash! Cryo incarnate!
И потом еще добавят, да у тебя талант, уже бесит это.
Stabilize.
Incoming.
Ну да. Ты же не маленькая. Надо все-таки интересоваться. Можно ли я там посмотрю, что у тебя там новенького, что там сделала там. Это да. Ну видишь, для нее ты до сих пор еще вот маленькая, за тобой заботиться надо, следить. Вот и все.
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. So, luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That Sealy's on the move again. Let's catch up with it. Huh. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Вот именно, вот я здесь. Мама вообще непонятно, походу, извинилась, конечно, непонятно, за что, мне кажется. Так что я не могу не беситься, да. И самое главное, постарайся не нервничать. Ну, сделала, что сделала, ну, что теперь? Вот так вот и получается.
I will have order.
Transfiguration! Obey!
Access denied. Blaze over.
By ordinance divine! Manifest! Obey!
Stabilize. This is order.
Don't blink! Hey! Nowhere to hide.
Windblade.
No touching!
Solidify.
Единственный плюс сегодняшнего дня в Project Sekai я получил любимого мальчика. Все. Поздравляю тебя. Видишь, все равно есть плюсы в каждом дне. Так что ты это... Не расстраивайся особо. Все хорошо.
Access denied. Incoming.
Stabilize.
Next on the agenda, for Rex Lapis.
With sword comes shadow. Hey!
I will have order.
Cryo incarnate! Unleash! Manifest!
Stabilize. This is order. With the wind.
Я, блин, нагриндила на него, так что пофиг, блин. Ну, хорошо.
Access denied.
Stabilize.
Don't blink!
Ва. Камушек упал. Сундучков нету? Нету.
Look, over there! Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
Нифига себе, пластурит какой. Новый сценарий проходим. Это подземелье. Специально сделано вот под эту девочку Шенхэ. Видишь, какая. Как же сказал, проходим новый сценарий, и там новые эти всякие подземелья открыты, плюс новый сценарий по сангономии.
Is this it? Is this the Sunset Vermilionite? It's so huge.
Нефритовый дворец тоже не маленький.
That's true, but then again, why isn't it floating?
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Интересно, кто же твоя наставница?
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too! But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock must weigh well over 1,000 pounds, surely!
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you sure? Be careful!
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a plaustrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged.
Кто наставница, плевать. Главное, блин, Пайман. Но лезет, вот мне вот вообще пофиг, как мы будем в этот камень подать. Мне интересно, кто ее наставница, блин. Шенихэ, береги себя.
My safety.
That's right! Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything, but if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt, no matter who you are. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the plaustrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by
Фига себе.
himself? Adepti super strength much? We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
Забрала пластурит. Да. Эх, еще раз посмотрим на это прекрасное место. И уйдем. Ну, нифига, где я оказался. Что такое строительство? Нифига они тут что наделали? Кран, смотри. Фига они тут уже понастроили. Молодцы.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
Зарплата. Как актуально.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe, and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest Plostrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Я секретарь господи... госпожи Нингуан, а не служанка.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of Plostrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction.
Короче, мы сейчас весь этот дворец построим снова Нингуан. Капец какой-то, ребята. И нам какую-то награду беспонтовую дадут. Офигеть просто. Опять развод.
As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants.
Эх,
If you
жалко.
need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhe, Shenhe, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
Любая игра сплошное разводилово.
But I am not...
Shenhe?
С тобой все в порядке, Шаньхая?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously, don't punish yourself like this.
Пайман права. Погнали с нами.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Гостиница.
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people, tea sellers, all sorts. So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just through the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready.
Блин, Шпигель, ты там опять нарываешься. Ой, блин.
Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick before. Let's buy one for Shenhe too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door.
Хорошенько отдохни.
Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow.
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Блин, надо чётенький кадр хочу сделать.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhe too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
Вон оно шо.
What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene.
Пайман, консервная банка, им мозги не нужны, это точно. Сейчас нам, наверное, ролик покажет красивенький про Шэньхэ.
Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
Какая интересная история у ней.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhe might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shenhe may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind, and she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her.
Значит, наставница, о которой говорила Шэньхэ, это вы, хранитель облаков?
Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well. It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about her, didn't you?
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti. Oh, no wonder she doesn't like being treated as an Adeptus. Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kind of hard to deal with.
There seem to have been a growing number of tales told regarding Shenhe in recent years. Perhaps she was seen on the previous occasion when she secretly ventured out from the mountains. One has heard that a playwright in Liyue Harbor wrote an opera based on the legends told about her. It is called The Divine Damsel of Devastation. The play portrays her as making a stand to protect her fellow villagers. One can only surmise that every story needs a hero. A human raised by the Adepti is precisely what Liyue needs right now. It is also what the Adepti wish to give to Liyue.
Подслушивала, значит, на наш тут разговор. Все с ней ясно.
Can I go catch up on my sleep?
I'll scout ahead.
It is time, Morax. We settle this now!
The odds are against us. Shudder! Beg for mercy.
Solidify!
Cut to the chase. And away I go!
Stabilize!
Rack and ruin!
Hey!
Stabilize!
The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Crush! More speed.
Today, you witness your reckoning!
Gather!
Nowhere to hide.
Shudder!
Fisher!
Solidify!
Freeze to the core! Beg for mercy. Shudder!
There is no
Solidify!
atonement for a 1,000-year pain!
Order guide you.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not! Come, experience an eon of suffering!
Solidify!
Beg for mercy. Shudder! Beg for mercy.
Stabilize!
With sword comes shadow.
Shudder!
Gather!
Beg for mercy. Crush! Good grief!
Gather!
Speed of light.
Well met. Beg for mercy. Crush!
Rax. More Rax. Так, кто у нас там еще не вкачанный? Возвысить. Возвысить.
Toodaloo.
Can't touch me.
Эй, я только что твоего отца гасанул. Как насчет тебя, друг?
Gather!
Can't touch me. Huh?
Well met. Beg for mercy. Crush! Vengeance will be mine. Beg for mercy. Crush! Beg for mercy.
I'm out of here.
Solidify!
Can't touch me. Ninjutsu.
Eye for an eye.
Stabilize! This is order!
I condemn you. Crush.
Эх, все равно не хватит. Ну ладно. Тогда заглянем в чайничек.
This realm is...
Так, что там купить-то можно? Основание камня. Счастливые времена. 160. Обменять. Да. Богатство обителей. Быстрый ритм. Нежная зелень. Это что еще такое? Комплект декоративных механизмов, который Пухляж сделала с особой тщательностью. В комплект входит табло подсчета и светящаяся платформа, выполненная в нежно-зеленом цвете. Когда вы наступаете на платформу, на табло загорается лампа, фиксирующая ваш результат. Если грамотно сочетать эти механизмы с предметами декора в обители, можно создавать всевозможные испытания и проводить соревнования. Пухляж слышала, что в одних случаях путешественникам нужно устанавливать узловые точки на маршруте, чтобы точно контролировать скорость прохождения испытаний. А в других случаях им нужно загонять невинных животных в указанные места, чтобы они не попали под перекрестный огонь. Благодаря этой комбинации механизмов вы сможете не только тренироваться, но и играть с гостями обители в игры и с животными. Ничего себе. Обменять. 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 Фига себе, я сейчас... Мне еще и не хватит. Мне еще и не хватит. Вот это поворот. Ну ладно. Невелика потеря, как говорится.
If you ever...
Декоративное основание из камня.
Make my
Ну-ка нафиг.
This realm is
Изготовить декор. Блин, опять эти камни. Блин, да сколько можно их создавать-то? Собираешь камушки, собираешь, они берут, опять тебе их делают.
if you ever have
Да уж. Блин, надо было задание регентов выполнить. Что-то я тупанул. А, вон вы какие хитрые. Пока не закончу, фиг открою. Ладно, ребята. Praise the sun. Окей. Пора просыпаться. Поговорите с Шэньхэ, с тетушкой пожирателя мороженого. Есть кто по курсу? Что там за леди? Нормально. Убили мне мою Саю, капец. Ребята, это нормально, нет? Взяли, завалили ее. Ну капец, игра. Вот спасибо-то. Взяла не сюжетку, врубила, когда она у меня летела.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it?
Смотрю, сколько красных лент тут.
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhua. Paimon had you down as an adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
Какие-то у них странные глазища, да?
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old friends.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title Friend very much indeed.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list.
Okay, let's go.
But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going. After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. If it turns out some of them have given up already, we'll be able to take things a little more slowly. Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Ням-ням-ням, вкусно, наверное. Блин, понастроят тут. Опа, циркачка, смотри. Циркачка. Йоу, камон, здорово. Вот мы и познакомились с циркачкой. Здорово.
Look! The jade chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, Beto! And hey! Person Paimon doesn't know?
Циркачка ее имя, вот и все, ребята.
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their... friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed.
Такой у ней бархатный голос, да?
To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side.
Wow. So it looks like the 3 of us are competitors now.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
Ишь, какая хитрая. Я бы отказался.
Sounds great, but how does that change things exactly?
Давай откажемся, мы все заберем, всю победу себе.
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yun. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Su Ling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Мастеру старого Джана можно доверять безоговорочно.
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
See you later. Бейдоу.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang, Yunjin?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion.
Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it.
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Совпадение? Не думаю. Нормально они придумали. Так. Какого фига не убили у меня Саю? Чё? Как это нет места для сметаны? Чё? Капец, сметану уже это нельзя набрать. Обалдели, что ли, совсем там? Подожди, 2000 сметаны только можно? Или чё? Все понял, 83. И все? У меня будет 2000 сметаны. Как и муки 2000. Значит, по 2 косаря можно всего. Нужно больше, ребята, больше. Я не смогу никогда остановиться. Чувак, есть какой-нибудь новый рецепт? Нифига нету нового рецепта. Может, у тебя есть новый рецепт? Нету, да? О, я у тебя крабов куплю, дружок. О, рецепт лапша борода дракона. Приготовленное блюдо лапша борода дракона. Купить, да. Пойдем посмотрим, что за борода дракона. Лапша борода дракона. Увеличивает силу атаки. Так, лапша борода дракона. Вот она. О, муку можно будет нафигачить. При приготовлении идеального блюда он имеет шанс приготовить дополнительное странное блюдо того же типа. Ну-ка давай Хутау. Хутау у нас любит странные блюда, да, фигачить? Раз, нафигачим. Блин, мяса этого мало, вот это плохо, конечно, надо мясо поделать. Увеличить силу атаки, тонкая, как волоски во вреде дракона, лапша. Чрезмерный прилив сделать лапшу как можно тоньше, привели к тому, что она стала ломаться в процессе приготовления. Приготовить ее сложнее, чем кажется, вам нужно усердно тренироваться. Ох уж это Хотава. Так, надо будет вот этого бекона нафигачить. Та-да! Так. Мука. О, так мы нифига вам потратили муки. Фигачься. Так, ветчину надо тоже нафигачить. Угу. Окей.
Cheap and tasty chop suey.
Давай. Что у тебя тут есть? Есть что-нибудь новенькое? Ничего новенького нет, спасибо. Здорово, старый Джан. Чё, как ты тут? Преклони колено перед Хутавой.
Hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Кошелек или жизнь, старый Джан?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Слушай, она мне нравится.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
Циркачка-то прикольная.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market.
Как его можно найти?
I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter Iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
Что ты знаешь, да, о ней?
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact.
Вон оно чё.
Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there. came to Mount Tianeng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks, and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise.
Paradise.
No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool! A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite!
Сейчас нам ролик наконец-то покажет Спиня.
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work! Ugh. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air.
Посмотреть на
That's how
жениха.
the opera ends.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the Divine Damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron! Yeah!
Yeah! Let's go! Найдем историю. кого у всех прикольнее светится.
This should be enough Star Splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Sabrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhong said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something? Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Sabrosium.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here. Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years? I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Sabrosium, but I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here, so you can rummage around all you want.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhua?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
Надо обязательно сделать фоточку с этой прекрасной девушкой. А яко меньше ростом. Но это не удивительно.
The remains of a god, an abandoned village, Mount Tianheng.
Семья экзорцистов жила к востоку от деревни, но в течение 2 недель мать умерла от болезни, маленькая дочь пропала без вести. А вскоре после того отец повесился на дереве во дворе собственного дома. Подтвердилось, что в деревне были обнаружены следы останков злого божества. Среди жителей деревни поднялась паника, так как никто не уверен, исчезли ли останки злого божества навсегда. В этой области следует быть осторожней.
Does this mean that the true story of the divine damsel of devastation happened right here, in this village? The time frame certainly matches, so it seems we're in the right area. Let's keep looking around.
Давай поищем повнимательнее.
Today is a lucky day. What's this?
Врач сказал, что ты тяжело болеешь. Не волнуйся, я отдам все, что у меня есть, чтобы спасти тебя. Мое сердце обливается кровью всякий раз, когда я вижу, как твоя слабость становится все сильнее. Твоя болезнь не поддается лечению. Но почему я не могу терпеть эту боль из-за тебя? Ты сказала, что ни о чем не сожалеешь в этой жизни и только хочешь, чтобы я позаботился о Шэньхэ. Но если ты ни о чем не сожалеешь, откуда эти слезы? Я уже давно не понимаю, что делаю. Хотя все еще дышу. Я чувствую себя пустой оболочкой. Я прочел в древние тексты, которые получилось достать, но это ничего не дало. Удача – это Миндзюн. У него нашлась книга, которая могла бы спасти тебя. Я забрал ее и последовал инструкциям, чтобы призвать божество и предложить ему жертву. Божество явилось. Я сказал ему, что готов обменять свою жизнь на твою. Он промолчал и только указал на нашу дочь, Шэньхэ. Божество сказало, что ее судьба приносить беды, и что она может только причинять вред своим близким. Божество также сказало, что она и, возможно, даже была причиной твоей смерти. Я решил, что должен это сделать. Я оставил ее в пещере, о которой упомянуло божество. Прошло 3 дня, а новостей все еще нет. Я становлюсь беспокойным от ожидания. Меня охватывает зловещее чувство. Мне очень жаль, любимая, прости меня. И ты тоже, Шэньхэ. Пожалуйста, прости меня. Каким же я был глупцом, как слеп я был. Позвольте мне извиниться перед вами обеими лично. Похоже, это подлинная история созерцания богини и уничтожения.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel?
Да.
Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father. Oh. The truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. Oh. It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
Видение из прошлого.
But still no mention of Symposium. Let's have a look over there.
Магические знаки, выгравированные на суброзии, сохраняются в течение долгого времени. Некоторые верят, что этот камень способен соединить энергии инь и янь. Однако найти суброзию непросто. Требуется отправиться в правильное место в нужное время. Легенда гласит, что вы можете найти суброзию, если встанете посреди озера к югу от горы Тяньхэн на закате и посмотрите в направлении заходящего солнца. Угу.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Symposium! Let's go back and tell Shenhe the news!
Quiver!
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him.
I just let things happen, let it all escalate. Well, we all know how that story ended. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Sybrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake!
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts, so I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
But, huh?
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go! We can't let someone else beat us to it!
Видишь, какая консерва. Не может просто постоять, ничего не говорить. Мерзкая консервная банка. Что, тут больше ничего нету в этой деревне? То, что я мог пропустить и не увидеть. Похоже, ничего больше нет. Дождитесь сумерек. No problem. Блин. Все. Ага, попался. Эй, ты. А ну иди сюда. Все, дружище, мы же тебя выбивать сегодня будем. А ну иди сюда, чертяка. Ух ты.
That's everything we need. Let's head back and report in.
Никуда мы возвращаться не будем.
Curious if Beto's made any progress.
У нас есть кое-кто получше.
What brings you here?
И тебя ищем, чтобы выбить.
Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea?
В море таится опасность?
Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own.
Поэтому ты...
Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Strike!
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger? Ningguang, something has
Я
happened.
все, что ли? Это весь с тобой диалог.
These things can be unpredictable.
Фу, так
Only a
неинтересно.
single mount if things get out of control.
Эх ты. А я-то думал, с тобой можно сейчас что-нибудь другое обсудить. Ну ладно. Раз такая пьянка. Сяо-бао, мы тебя заполучим. Йоу-йоу-йоу, мы тебе принесли кое-что.
Goodness.
Ого, не говори, да?
So, are they okay?
Ну как тебе, подойдет или не подойдет, а, дружок?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these.
Ну вот и принимайся за работу, дружок.
Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing?
У нас все в порядке, Байдоу.
I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you, and I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
Все что ли? И это так быстро?
Whew.
Whew.
The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Ну прямо бравая команда.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
Окей, let's go. Основной компонент механизма нефритового дворца в сочетании с талисманом адепта он производит центр управления. Талисман адепта, сделанный Шэньхэ, внутри него заключена сконцентрированная сила адепта. Ну крутяк, 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 крутяк. Че, мы сейчас нам ролик-то покажут или нет? Черт подери. Мы должны увидеть этот ролик. О, нифига не, вот это, смотри, висит. Можно фоточки поделать, пока он еще не это. Не взлетел.
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
And Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the prostrate yet.
Знай место себе.
I can't believe it.
Лузеры.
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first! This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the
Ничего
newly
себе.
built Jade Chamber?
Сейчас нам суперконцерт еще закатят, да?
The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow, you're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well, guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, and instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow, Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Mora, we just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet a little later than expected.
Beidou.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou? Ningguang? What are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know.
Ролик покажет?
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Teyvat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence! Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No.
Huh?
In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone!
All hands! Tsunami incoming!
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all.
At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk!
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too!
We're way behind schedule.
Transfiguration!
Go as one!
Beg for mercy. Freeze to the core.
Вы хоть понимаете, на кого напали?
This is long overdue. No touching.
Какая красивая площадка.
Beg for mercy. Crush.
Born of ice and frost.
Beg for mercy. Shudder. More speed.
Ну давай с Кицуной тоже повоюем.
Unleash! Manifest!
No touching. Did I miscalculate?
Wind, hear me. Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Do your master's bidding!
-1, -2. Очень интересно.
Beg for mercy. Crush.
Прощай.
Vengeance will be mine. Beg for mercy.
Величия нет предела.
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her. If the place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back.
Чётенькая команда получилась. Чё, они мне ничего не дадут тут, да? Вкусняшку никакую? Отличный сюжет. В новогоднем... В новом году. С тобой все в порядке, Шэньхэ?
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Точка, героиня оперы.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that one will not continue observing you hereafter.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is a dear child. In fact, one has many fond memories of Shenhe's childhood that you may be interested to hear about.
Из детства как Гуань-Муань.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this.
Ну это вообще топчик.
Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. I shall be going homeward now.
Ганьюй тоже не любит истории из детства. Бедный адепт. Хранитель облаков все не может рассказать истории о своих ребятишках. Топчик.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis. This banquet must be the most spectacular ever.
Примите участие в пиршестве Нетритового дворца. Не вопрос вообще. Сейчас примем. Это что такое светящееся? Арбалеты типа, да? О, Кэциня, солнышко! Здравствуй.
The Millilith's casualties are within the range we expected. But in hindsight, there were still flaws with our plan. If we'd had more time, we could have built a barrier here to absorb the impact of the waves. We must learn from this experience and never repeat the same mistakes again. We were fortunate to have your assistance this time. Thank you.
Кэциня.
More speed.
На память оставили. Ну, погнали на церемонию. Кто у нас там уже за столом?
Wow! Everyone's already seated!
А где Киция? Чё за дела?
It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here looks amazing.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Давайте концерт нам.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any of Miss Yun's performances, and I don't intend to start now. I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited that I've barely slept the last few nights.
Hey, look! Miss Yun is going on stage!
批冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。日报为民言不实，自有知音何情思？功名烈烈见了心，只知无愁心。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
Конечно, понравилось. Ты еще спрашиваешь?
It was beautiful.
А консервной банке-то как понравилось? Потрясающе.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I've found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you. Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Yeah, that's it, like an Adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The Divine Damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler. Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for. Let me pull up a chair, all right. We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Uh-oh. This feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back to her old self again.
Ей еще предстоит долгий путь.
Hey, what are you doing?
Сейчас мы тебя зарежем, дорогой друг.
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.
Во, кусок биологической ткани, который нашли. Который вы нашли под победой Вишапом Глубим. Значит, вот на с какого монстра они будут сыпаться. Угу. Значит, вот на кого мы походим. Да? Циркачка. Юньцзинь. Во, так я же с вами пофоткаюсь, пока мы здесь всей толпой. Подожди секунду. Так, сначала с нами сфоткается дорогая Гуань-Муань. Так, сейчас мы как-нибудь тут. Как-то вас надо тут захватить всех. Блин. Сложно будет. Блин, какая-то толстая получается Нинка. Подожди, а у нее разве такая одежда была? Не понял. Ну-ка нафиг стоять. Где моя Нингуан? У нее разве такая у нее одежда? На плечах. Нингуан, Нингуан. Вижу вроде открытые плечи. Нет, вроде все нормально. Так, надо с вами сфоткаться, девочки. Подождите. Подождите. Как это так? Я не упущу эту возможность сфоткаться со всеми. Блин, Сану бы захватить тоже.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
О, четенько. Кицуня, твоя очередь. Так, Кицуню мы посадим, наверное, все-таки.
You've made an exceptional contribution toward the building of the new Jade Chamber. I will not forget this. I shall be sure to repay your kindness at an appropriate juncture.
Садись давай. Сейчас мы вас сфоткаем, девочек. В принципе, это можно было потом кого-нибудь попросить, у кого есть такие персы, и толпой сфоткать. Ну ладно. Чух. Вот так вот. Чух. Блин. Так, ну ладно. Так, Шэньхэ.
Now that I think about it, I'm glad Master sent me here to deliver the sigils. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the chance to meet you. I'm sure I have much to learn from you in the future.
А нам-то как приятно с тобой познакомиться, тетушка Шэньхэ.
To act, one must first feel. After our trip to Mount Tianheng together, I felt much more in touch with the character today. I believe I was able to deliver a more profound performance because of it.
Ой, да не прибедняйся ты чё?
Next time I have a new opera, may we study the character together again?
Конечно, приходи к нам. Обязательно с тобой сыграем оперу. Так, тетушка Шэньхэ, у меня есть для тебя один товарищ. Я хочу с ним тебя сфотографировать. Где наш товарищ? Вот он.
Present.
Твой любимый племяшка. Давай-ка мы как-нибудь так, надо как-нибудь. Вот так вот надо обязательно племяшку-то сфоткать. Как это без него? Так, а какой он эмоции? Он мороженку жрет. Давай подождемся мороженки. Как же мы без тебя? Блин. Ну хотя можно и это. Сейчас я вас всех тут нафоткаю. Никто никуда не уйдет. Давай мороженку хавай. Мороженку давай ешь. Мистер. Давай. О, молодец. Отлично. Хороший парень. Ладно. На этом мы тогда будем сегодня завершать наш стрим. Круточками на Сяо. Сяо, здорово, братишка. Мы хоть с тобой сегодня и встретились мимолетно, но ты же должен быть с нами. Правильно? Блин, так-то клево это. Тетушка Шэньхэ. Но нет, мы не поддадимся соблазну. Мы хотели Сяо, мы его получим. Ну давай, раз, два, три, Сяо, к нам приди. Йо-хо-хо, Сяо, давай сюда. Легенда. Давай сюда, к нам. Та-та-та-та-та-та-тан-та-тан. Тра-та-та. Моночка. Уху, Мона. Ебой. Блин, а зачем я нажал пропустить? Я что-то поторопился. Ну, блин, это круто. Ну все. На этой доброй ноте мы тогда, ребята, закончим. Еще и пожирателя мороженого дали. Куда уж нам его? Ну, дали, главное. Пойдет. Пойдет. Блин, какой соблазн. Даже не смей. Дальше крутить. Нет. Спасибо. Ладно, на этой доброй ноте будем ждать нашу добрую лисичку Яо Мико. А Моночка у нас получает S3. Что может быть лучше, да ведь? Вы посмотрите на нее, какая она довольная. Созвездие. А, S2 даже у меня. Уровень 2. Попадание обычной атакой умеет 20% шанс автоматически активировать заряженную атаку. Может активировать раз в 5 секунд. Активировать! Мона, добро пожаловать снова к нам. А чё у тебя по оружию? Мы тебе оружие не улучшали, что ли? Давай это сделаем. Та-да! Добро пожаловать в 90-й. Моночка. Тра-та-та-та-та-та. День рождения? Новое что-то?
Happy birthday. Here's my gift to you. It's a bag containing some words of advice that may help you through tough patches. No, don't open it yet. During the year ahead, this bag will open itself when the right time comes.
Эх, хорошо. Может, циркачку дадут? Не дадут. Ну и ладно. А давай еще лигу потратим, а? Ладно, все, хватит. О нет, драконий рык. Ну ладно. Думал, героя дадут. Ну ладно. Все. Будем копить на нашу лисичку. Пофиг нам на Сяо. Пофиг нам на Шэньхэ. Пофиг нам на Гуань-Муань. Пофиг на деда. Мы копим на лисичку. Больше нас никто не интересует. В следующий раз мы встретимся с тобой, дорогая Шэньхэ, тётушка и легендарный защитник Якса Сяо. Ладно, всем большое спасибо, кто смотрел, фолловился, общался, да и просто заходил. Заходите к нам как-нибудь еще, обязательно поиграем. Конечно, у меня большой все еще соблазн покрутить побольше, но я знаю, что мне не хватит, поэтому это плохая идея. Одолейте Бешт, это мы одолели. Станьте свидетелем правды о прошлом деревни. Ветер дует, журавли возвращаются. Чётенько. Так что, в принципе, все круто. Считаю, сегодня не зря прям поиграли. Теперь у нас открыты эти дамочки. С этого мы, наверное, и начнем. Откроем нашу дорогую циркачку. Надо с ней обязательно пройти, что будет дальше.
I take my meals cold to quiet the spirit and calm my vital energies. Xingshin infused water with ice is the most effective.
Так, и откроем нашу дорогую, нашу прекрасную гость нефритового дворца. Но это все на потом оставим. Чётенько просто. Просто чётенько. Фига, какой красивый вид открывается. А где у меня воздушные шарики? Воздушные шарики пропали? Воздушного шарика нету. Ну и плевать тогда. Ладно, все, хватит на сегодня. Спасибо всем, кто смотрел. Хорошего и приятного всем вечера. И до новых встреч, ребята.